I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. I actually grew up in a suburb of Richmond, Virginia, where everybody was either black or white. And I was like this weird half Asian kid that didn't really know where I fit in. And so I think that a lot of that childhood experience, just like anybody's childhood experience, informs a lot of the choices they make for the rest of their life. And I think that having that sort of dichotomy of black and white and not really knowing where I fit in actually helped me to be able to have conversations with people who are different from myself, and that I was able to sort of navigate sort of as a bridge in between two worlds that did not always coexist peacefully. I am half Asian, as you can see. My mother is Vietnamese and my father is Irish. And I think that, coming from those two cultures, those two worlds, really informed so much of who I am. Being all of one and being half of the other, always wondering like where I fit in and all that stuff. So my parents actually met in Vietnam. My father was stationed there. He was a civilian working for the military. And I always wondered if actually he worked for the CIA or something. He never, of course, said that, but he would always be stationed in hot zones all around the world. And sometimes he would like disappear for extended periods of time. So I always wondered. And so I think that mystery also was sort of this thing that informed, again, who I am and why I was always wondering and exploring and always curious about, who people were and places around, exploring the world, basically. Eventually, my parents divorced, and I ended up living in Richmond, Virginia with my brother. And we were the only we were the only Asian-looking kids in our school our entire lives, until high school, actually. Another Asian family moved into our school district, but we never associated with each other. Our community was very black and white, and us Asian kids didn't fit in to either place, and especially a half Asian kid, like we definitely did not fit in anywhere. And so I think that this idea of, trying to fit in, but also trying to set ourselves apart from the other Asians was kind of an interesting dynamic that happened in my early life that, again, informed my whole life and how I'm always sort of trying to figure out, like, how people fit together. What are the bridges that can align people? And also, just figuring out one's own self-identity and who you are certainly informs who you think you are, and who people think you are certainly informs how you behave when you're around people who are different from yourself. The goal of Looking for America is to find out, what does it mean to be American in every community around the country? We know that there are all kinds of ways to be American. There's like 11 different countries within our one country, 11 different cultures within our one country. And so there is no one way to be American, but being American is our binding force. And that is the tribe that we're all a part of. And so I feel like if we have that conversation about what it means to be American, we can rise above the differences and appreciate our differences. The fact is that it's awesome that we have all these differences, and we should celebrate those differences that make up this whole thing that we call American. And so what I really want people to do is to dive into those kinds of conversations about what it means to be American and discover all the different ways. And you already know how to do this. And all we can do at Looking for America as a project is to give you a little nudge. We can give you some framework, some guidance, but you don't need to go to a workshop. You don't need special training. You just need to go out there and start doing it. And if you need a little bit of help, we're here to help you.